Welcome, everybody. This is Jason from Omega Collects, and I want to welcome you to another installment of How to Make a Comic Book Plan. Kind of been out of commission for the past month. I've been busy at work, life, family, the normal things that everybody goes through. But I am back, and we're here. We're going to talk about creating that monthly budget, the key elements of it, which, in my opinion, is vital for you to save money, become debt free so that you can earmark and buy those large comic books, those keys that you always wanted in your collection. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go over 5 key elements of making a monthly budget. So the first thing is in making a monthly budget is you have to track your income and expenses. Before you can make a budget, you need to have a clear understanding of your monthly income and expenses. Get all of your financial statements, like your pay stubs, bills, bank statements, and receipts. You use these to create a list of your income sources and expenses for the month. Don't cheat yourself on this one. This you have to be totally honest and say, okay, what am I spending my money on? Let me look at those bank statements. Let me open up my personal books. And if you're married, this is something that maybe you and your spouse may want to sit and do together. It's hard. It's hard to do. It's a hard discussion, but it's things that are vital in making a monthly budget and having that flexibility to do the things that you want. The second thing is then you categorize your expenses. What this means is grouping your expenses into categories like housing, transportation, food, entertainment, and savings, and so forth. This will help you see where your money is going and identify areas where you may be able to cut back. You may find out that you're spending all your money ordering out or going out to eat. You may be spending $800 a month on that, $500 a month, whatever the dollar amount may be. And you're figuring, hey, we can increase our monthly grocery budget and, save money on the back end. You'll probably cut that in half or cut that expense out totally and put the monies where they need to be and save the rest. So this is, again, you sit down with yourself, you have that hard conversation. Where is my money going? Okay. The third thing is setting financial goals. Determine what you want to achieve financially in the short and long term. This may be paying off debt, saving for a down payment on the house, which I believe real estate is real crucial, building an emergency fund, which is top priority after you identified where your money's going. Set that emergency fund, $500, $1,000, $5,000, whatever you think your monthly budget needs to be. Set that money aside for a rainy day or if something pops up that you need to take care of. It could be something with your car, new tires that need to be fixed. It could be you need to pay, I don't know, something associated to the house. It could be anything, but set that emergency fund aside so that you have that fund there. Or you maybe want to save money to put down or buy a key comic. That's one of your financial goals, is what we're talking about here in this video and in this series, is how to create a comic book plan. So the fourth thing is allocate your money. Once you have a clear understanding of your income and expenses, prioritize your spending based on your financial goals. Allocate your money to each expense category and make sure you have enough money set aside for savings. And again, we're back to that key element of savings, because you want to make sure that you're saving your money. You want to make sure that you are having the liquidity to take care of expenses or unforeseen expenses that come up. Okay? The fifth thing is review and adjust. Review your budget on a regular basis. I review mine on a monthly basis at the beginning of the month and adjust it as needed. A monthly budget is a living document, okay? It's always forever changing. And if you find that you're overspending in certain categories, look for ways to cut back. If you have extra money left over at the end of the month, consider putting it towards your financial goals. And in this case, we're talking about how to create a comic book investment plan. Set aside the money to buy that big key book that you want. This is part of the whole thing we're talking about, but you have to have a certain level of financial freedom to do that. So to me, becoming debt free is a vital part in your happiness, your health, and in your family life. And in the case of comics, being able to control your money gives you the flexibility to avoid FOMO, which we all know is terrible, or you're chasing the latest and greatest and you can never catch up. Then you have a stack of 40,000 books. I'm exaggerating, but you have a case of 40,000 books and you're wondering where'd my money go. So, you don't want to rob your left hand to pay the right hand. So really setting up this budget is very, very, very key. So there are many places to go to get sample budgets. You can check online, they're all over the place. I suggest you sit down, have that hard discussion with yourself or with your spouse or with a family member or an accountability partner about what you do and how you do what you do, and look at ways to make adjustments. Look at ways to control your money and your money not controlling you. This will save you a lot of heartache. This will bring you a lot of happiness. This will bring you a lot of flexibility, like I said. So there's nothing like being able to find a key grail. Let's just say Fantastic Four #1, if that's your key grail, and you find one in a 2.0 copy, and you've negotiated a great deal for $10,000, and you've earmarked and you've been saving for the year, and you have $10,000. So negotiate it even more. Try to see where you're at because you know you have the money, so there's no pressure. You may be able to get that book cash for 9,000, or you pay the 10,000, and guess what you have at the end of the day? Fantastic Four #1, which is your key grail. Okay, so the elements of a good comic book plan, I tried to get them to you a high level. Go back and watch the video series that I put out on how to create a comic book plan. Also, check out A Road to a Key to help you once you establish your budget and you start saving, where those keys books are, how to get those key books. I demonstrated at the beginning of the year, and you can watch the series. I took the first quarter of 2023, and I was able to grab some pretty good grails. But you have to be ready to sacrifice some things that you currently have in your collection and open that wallet. You have to spend. And in order to spend, you have to have a budget. So I'm going to thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. I will be putting out more content, and so be on the lookout for that. But have a nice day, and thanks for tuning in.